Hello and welcome once again to my Let's Play series Edessa. So in the previous episode what happened was we spent an agonizing time trying to use our butt hook. And as it turns out it's incredibly difficult to fly while in VTOL. And it's counterintuitive. I mean, whichever way you point seems to be the wrong way around and so on. So after we finally hooked it, we took off into orbit and we glitched out and collided with the terrain. And I called it a day. So since then I've done a little bit of research and I found a mod called Throttle Controlled Avionics. Now similar to MechJib, you get to unlock its various features throughout the tech tree, and guess what we've done so far? We've unlocked most of the tech tree. So now what we have VTOL assistance. Here we go. Now, if I click on the new Throttle Control Avionics logo, it shows up like this, right? So for now I hit Y to enable it, and I say hover, right? And let's see. So all of this, yeah. So VTOL mode, VTOL assist, stabilize, don't auto stage, no auto brakes, no auto gear please, and no collision prevention. Might actually load. Apparently we don't have an, anyway. So there it is. Now if I hit shift and I enable it, what am I doing wrong? Okay, I definitely have it enabled. Auto throttle. There we go. And now what's happened is it will automatically hover for us. So at the moment the thrust to weight is less than 1, so it's going to try really hard to get us to hover at an altitude of 85 meters. And the way that I'm setting it is I'm actually pressing on the throttle. If I press on reduce throttle key, so the control key, and I make it lower than the terrain, it just says, okay, fine, I'll just land. So now I throttle back up again, and it will hover at 80 meters exactly. And now I can use my directional keys to move us around. I better stage this fairing. Now we're still very low on thrust to weight, so I'm just going to wait for that to burn away some of our fuel. And now how good is that? I mean, flying this thing is now a dream. of course, if I want to land onto that helipad, I absolutely can. Whoa, what just happened? All I did was deploy the gear. Okay. Well, I guess it's got its own series of bugs. Anyway, hopefully this will help us if it doesn't collapse in on itself like it just did, I guess. Dear me. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I'm just going to recover these pieces. All I did was deploy the gear. What on earth happened? Let's try that one again, see if it does it a second time. Okay, the TCA, auto throttle and hover. VTOL mode. Okay, throttling up. Down auto stage, auto brakes, or auto gear, or auto shoot. And now I'm throttling up just to get that automatic altitude up. And move that around. And I can stage this now. So what I've done is I've swapped the direction of this decoupler, because that was the thing that was getting stuck. There we go. Okay, so we're going a little bit high. It's supposed to be 86.3. Oh, but I think that is... No, what is that? Okay, our thrust to weight is very close to 1, so I guess it is having a little bit of trouble. Okay, it seems to be working. So toggling it on and off, that works too. Okay, retracting gear. Deploying gear. Okay, well, that worked fine this time. Let's try to fly towards that VAB once again. Okay, we don't need collision prevention, thank you. Okay, so far so good. Deploying gear. Why did that just happen? Very interesting. It's as though deploying gear causes it to lose a good 40 meters. Wow. Okay, try again. So retracting gear is fine. Deploying gear. Wow, there you go. Okay, well that's definitely a good thing to know. You're very close to the terrain. Do not deploy your gear. Do it way sooner. Okay, well I can do that. I can work with that. Okay, coming up on that helipad. Oh, look at that. That is just glorious. Beautiful. We can now very much fine-tune where we want to land. Oh, that is just beautiful. Utterly beautiful. Touchdown. Well, I have to say unreservedly that is a brilliant mod, and I think it just adds so much to the game. That is just brilliant. So yeah, if we get another mission or we have to pick something up with our butt claw, I will definitely be using the translation control avionics mod. Okay, I'm just gonna go into our vehicle assembly building and modify the grasshopper rocket so that the decoupler is the other way around. In fact, I'll just save this and I'll load up the rocket and copy it across. No, that'd be too much hassle. It's actually easier just to do this. Lovely. Activating TCA. Select modules, yep. Good. Save that. Of course, as we discovered, we actually don't even need these tail fins. We'll take the tail fins away. Jumpstart Delta V to 11,112. Beautiful. Now, unlike MechJeb, the way that the TCA works is, if you've already launched the craft and you haven't pre-installed the TCA software on it, you won't have it available to you. Whereas with MechJeb, every time you get an upgrade, all of your crafts, MechJeb modules, get it percolated to them. Not sure how I feel about that one, but that's fair enough. It's a fair enough limitation. Have a look at our mining base. It's getting lost in the camouflage. Okay, how are we doing? So the drills, they're definitely working, but we're full of ore. Why are we not generating any more ore? So for some reason the monoprop liquid fuel and oxygen generation was turned off. Don't recall turning it off, but there you have it. Okay, the refinery seems to be getting overheated. Which is strange. I mean, the refinery is not supposed to exceed 1,000 K if we have enough radiators. How are we doing? Okay, so the control system is doing well, but the temperature is still increasing. I don't know. Fast forward a little bit. And there we go, we have full fuel. Beautiful. Okay, John Rod, it's time for you to fly us out of here. Make sure the TCA is disabled just as well, because it does not have any settings. Oh no, it's all there. Interesting, okay. Anyway, the manual lied to me. It looks like we do have all of TCA enabled. So, how do we undock? Undock. Okay, let's drive us out of here, please. And away we go. We have 5,000 meters per second delta V, which is enormous considering we're starting from the moon. That should be far enough. And we can now deploy the rest of these solar cells. And we can keep this one in reserve. Glorious. Okay. Having a quick look at our missions, I believe that our tourists, let me just switch to our tourists. So our 4 tourists that we have with us, they want to go to Minmus, land on Minmus and fly by Minmus. This is not all of our tourists, I know that for a fact. Plant a flag on Minmus, we'll do that as well. Maybe this is them, hang on. Jenlin, Jenbert, yes, okay. So let's fly these guys to Minmus and back, eh? Control from here. Turn that off. Okay, and away we go. For 8.5 kilometers altitude. Nice and routine takeoff. We're doing well. Beautiful. "35 seconds to apoapsis." Really need to push that orbital velocity up. Our periapsis is very low. So yeah, this is our trajectory at the moment, and we're trying to push this out a lot further than it currently is. Go. Trying to get it to not go up, but at the same time I don't want it to go down. So I'm just modulating our pitch relative to our prograde. There we go. Beautiful. And this time we got to remember to watch the autopilot like a hawk, just in case. Done. Beautiful. Okay, let's make our way towards Minmus. Oh wow, okay. Oh wow. First time too. Beautiful. So for those watching at home, what I've done now is I've basically tried to use the velocity of the moon to launch us forward. And the way I've done that is, as we're swinging around it, I'm gonna burn roughly in the direction that the moon is traveling. So we add our velocity to the moon, and that will launch us out in an elliptical arc like this. And it just so happens that we're gonna intercept Minmus on our way back. How good is that? - 130 meters per second to go. About 34 seconds of burn time to go. Come on. Ah, almost. That's alright. We'll do an adjustment burn once we're out of Moon's influence. Trying to match the orbital inclination of Minmus. There we go. Let's see what we can do about making that intercept happen. There we go. in the right direction as well. Beautiful. Quite cute, the fuel carrier, because it now has the tour bus passengers on board. It's now automatically renamed to OBT Tour Bus 1 ship. Lovely. Here we go. We are in Minmus orbit. Sorry, we're flying by Minmus. Now we just gotta circularize. And it appears we've achieved some contract parameters, so fly by Minmus, and fly by Minmus. Minmus coming into view now. Engine shut off. We are in orbit of Minmus. Having a closer look. Let's see. So they want us to take some seismic readings, I believe, on the surface. I'm not sure if we actually have a seismographer, seismometer with us. No, we don't really have any science equipment, do we? Hang on. No. Okay, that's fine. Because of course this craft was not designed for science. It was expensive enough as it is. So we won't do those seismometer readings just yet. There's this, but this is a part that needs recovering, and we will need our grasshopper for that. And this is Jodok's craft, which is already long been taken care of. Okay, so we don't really have any particular spot to land on Minmus, so we'll just land anywhere. Same old procedure. Drop that periapsis first. You can sort of try to land at a very steep angle, but I find that it's just unnecessary. It's too risky. You might be able to save a few delta V's of fuel, but really, why do it to yourself? I've smashed into the ground countless number of times simply because I couldn't keep track of how fast I was going into the ground. Okay, fast forwarding to the periapsis now. And we burn to drop that apoapsis down. In fact, this looks about as good a place as any to land, so... I drop that trajectory down to going into the terrain. Okay, we're 7.5 kilometers altitude, however the altitude to terrain is much lower. There's our shadow already. 2.4 kilometers altitude. I've never actually tested just how much of an impact these wheels can take. I do know they can take quite a bit. I'm not going to use this particular opportunity to test that though. There's our shadow, I believe. Kilometer altitude. Beautiful. 400 meters up. $200 meters. Okay, I forgot to set to surface mode. I looked down at the terrain and I saw that the terrain was moving when it was not supposed to. And we're coming down. $33 meters to go. Not using TCA for this at all. I don't trust it just yet. Besides, I like the challenge like this. Coming down, 10 meters to go. We are on the ground. Beautiful. Okay. Control from here. Let's go for a drive. Let's see if I can find us a little bit of flat terrain so we can get out. Having a little bit of trouble getting traction. Oh, we're going well enough. 4 meters per second on the surface. That's about 13 kilometers an hour. Still a nice steep gradient, just looking for a little bit of flat terrain, which should be on that plateau over there. But yeah, this is the surface of Minmus. Of course, we've seen it before in other episodes, but this is the first time we're driving a massive rover on it. Okay, a little bit of uneven terrain. Beautiful. Coming up on that plateau now. You gotta be careful if your wheels get asymmetric traction, they start applying a torque which can spin you around. And remember what I said before about having all this momentum. Yeah, that happens. We just collided nose first with the dirt, and we've blown up our docking port. Oh dear. Had we are an engineer with us, he might be able to fix this, but we don't. Oh well, we still have the other spare. Redundancy. Okay, we've achieved some contract parameters. Minmus and Minmus. Good. Okay, John Rod, time for you to make us some bucks. There you go, lad. Oops. John Rod's Plateau. Here, the brave John Rod Herman first climbed atop the Minmus Mountains. Done. Contract complete, 145,000 credits. Brilliant. Well done, John Rod. You've definitely earned your keep. I am really glad that we rescued you. I think I might have him go into the cupola now. Whoa, gently now. There he is. Well done, John Rod. Okay, now that you're in there, I'm gonna get you out again. There you go. I think that'll do. Now what we gotta do is get these passengers home. That's pretty much it. Oh, and of course we have to take this fuel. Of course, we have to deliver the fuel out to Atlas. I almost completely forgot about that. Well, we still have a little bit of time to go, so let's do that now. Okay, launching in 3, 2, 1. This craft has definitely been through some things. It's It's missing its nose cone, it's missing one of its solar cells, but regardless, it still soldiers on. We've got a little bit of spin induced at the moment, trying to get that under control. May have caused some damage to some engines. Maybe? No, I think we're good. Okay. We're stabilized. Lovely. Okay. Alrighty. Now, where is that Atlas crew? Once again, using the momentum of Minmus to launch us forward. We're gonna have to come back for this part 2-383 some other time. We don't have the equipment to retrieve it at the moment anyway. Beautiful. Now we're going to try to match the angle of orbit. And it is actually the complete opposite. Wow, yeah, it's actually traveling in the opposite direction. I had forgotten that the Atlas is actually traveling in the opposite direction to Minmus. So what we've done is arguably the least efficient thing. And again, there's not really much more efficient things you can do other than going straight out, because both the Moon and Minmus go counterclockwise, and our Atlas is traveling clockwise. Okay, so what can we do, realistically? Suppose we can turn ourselves around. It would be more efficient. Okay, and then what? Okay, that may well have to do, and then we'll do some fine adjustments. It's not the best time for those. No. Okay. So we'll flip ourselves around for a tidy sum of 572.2 meters per second. I hate completely changing directions like this. It's so inefficient. You effectively have to lose all of your velocity and then put back all of your velocity in the opposite direction. We're doing a complete 180. Thankfully, we're pretty far out in terms of orbital distance, so it's only 500 meters per second to turn right around. Not going to be a great deal of fuel left over to deliver to the Atlas, but hopefully we can then bring the Atlas down closer to the Moon's surface. I mean, that is the Moon orbit, so that the fuel carrier doesn't have to spend so much fuel just getting it out to it. If nothing else, if we can turn the Atlas around and get it to travel clockwise, it would certainly help. Sorry, counterclockwise. Okay. Looks like we're gonna do a brief encounter with Minmus again. So let's fast forward through that. Okay, now let's fine tune this so we can meet. Tricky. Indeed, tricky indeed. It's not making it easy on us, is it? Okay, let's raise our orbit just a little bit so we can intercept. Okay, now we can do some fine tuning. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. Very tricky. Let's see if we can do a two-step. Oh, that is very nice. Okay, fine tune this one. There we go. So we'll slow ourselves down a little bit, and we'll speed ourselves up again, and we'll meet within a separation of 86.1 kilometers away. Let's do it. Lovely. Just tiny little burns. They're relatively cheap, but they're pretty far apart. The next one over there is 5 days away. Apparently we have failed some contract parameters. So we have failed to recover Kerman. Okay. Merwin was lost. Oh dear. Where was Merwin? Failed to keep track of time. I think Merwin was in orbit here. I didn't realize that it was such a short fuse. Let me sort them by expiration. So Merwin, I don't understand. Merwin was still 4 years away. Oh dear, did Merwin collide with the moon? He was pretty far out. Oh dear me. I hadn't even considered the possibility that he would collide. Oh dear, right. Yeah, that would have given us 79,000 credits, but instead we got a fine of 34,000 and a loss of 12 reputation points. Sorry, Merwin, we couldn't get to you. Another lesson there: always check whether somebody you're gonna rescue is gonna collide with the moon. That's a new one. Okay, onwards with our rendezvous. Got a good strong signal bouncing off all various relays around the moon. Gotta love our network. Coming up on the Atlas Explorer. It's been a few episodes since we've seen these guys. Patiently waiting, they were for a fuel delivery. Hopefully, after we deliver this lot, hopefully after we deliver this lot, they'll be able to do a few burns to get down into Moon's orbit, and we'll be able to fuel them up much more quickly and efficiently. If nothing else, we can get them into the correct. What is this? Inclination. That's right. The correct inclination of orbit. Because at the moment they're 180 degrees to where they should be. Okay, switching to target and going retrograde to target. We're still, how far away are we? We're still 4 hours away from intercept, so we'll just get a little bit closer. Okay, let's try to fine-tune this. The closest separation is going to be 246 kilometers. So it's going to try to fine-tune that by burning in certain directions and see if it makes it bigger or smaller. That definitely makes it smaller, so very gently now. What just happened? I don't... That is stupid. I don't understand what just happened. Anyway. Gonna get us nice and close, and then I'm gonna burn in the retrograde direction. Okay. Making our way towards that target now. Do some fine tuning still. Look at those numbers count. Lovely. Our separation is now 4.7 kilometers. Warping to get a little bit closer, and we can do some more fine tuning. Oh, very nice. Yep. So we're coming in now. Almost there. A little bit more fine tuning. We're nearly there. Always want to get that within the hundreds of meters, but there's a time and a place for everything. Okay, 500 meters it is. We're now 21 kilometers apart. Our intercept is estimated at 16 minutes away. Should be able to start seeing our target. Wow, we were really zoomed out. Okay. There's a target, 13.9 kilometers away. Intercept in 10 minutes of fast forwarding. Five minutes, 4 minutes, 3, 2. Okay, throttling up. Two minutes away. Ninety seconds. $1,100 meters. All right, Atlas Explorer in sight. Okay, nearly there now. Closing with target. 140 meters away. $95 meters. $60 meters. $50 meters. $35. Okay, we have successfully rendezvoused. Now we just gotta pick a docking point. I think we'll just dock sideways. Okay. Right, orient ourselves. There you go. Yep. Okay, 13 meters away. Okay, for some reason we're having a little bit of trouble orienting ourselves. Of course, we have no thrusters there. They got blown off. Okay. This is very tricky without those thrusters. Yep, but it's severely impairing our maneuverability at the moment. We're going to have to fix this at some point. Here we go. Very close. Yes. And we are docked. And that is it. We have managed to refuel our Atlas Explorer with a little bit more liquid fuel than it should be, but looks like it has balanced out, which is good. Having a look at our own fuel reserves, looks like we'll be able to make it home. Excellent. And that is time. We're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.